Range-bound session for the Indian equity markets, with the benchmark indices ending about 0.2% higher. The Nifty 50 ending at just about 18,750 or thereabouts. And it traded in a very narrow range, less than 100 points. We ended not too far away from the high point of the day. The broader markets more or less mirroring that trend. You had the mid-cap index that gained about 0.2%, and you had the small-cap index that ended higher by just about 0.1% or so. This is par for the course because there is a major decision in world economics that is just a few hours away. The US Fed will determine the course of monetary policy. It's largely expected to hold the rates steady. And this is the first pause after a series of rate increases, as many as 10 in a row. So that is the context. Of course, in trade today, you had a few counters that moved very sharply, despite the fact that you had very small moves for the benchmark. So Reliance Industries, it gave up a little ground towards the end of the session, but it ended with gains of over 1%, contributing quite a large chunk of the gains of the Nifty 50. But then you talk about a few of the other gainers, the top 5 gainers. You see Tata Consumers at the top of the list, about 5% higher thereabouts, no real trigger. But then this was arguably the stock of the day. You saw Grasim that gained about 2% or thereabouts. Then you had the metal counters that both Tata Steel as well as JSW Steel ending with gains of over 2%, and the metal index as a whole proving to be the bright spot in trade yet again. Among the losers, you had few to speak about 20 or thereabouts out of the Nifty 50 losing ground. But the top losers were all in the financial pack. So you had Bajaj Finance losing about 1%, you had Axis Bank, you had IndusInd Bank as well, and then Bharti Airtel lost about 0.8%. Now, among the other names that I would mention, Vodafone Idea was in focus. It gained quite a bit at the start of trade, but then lost ground over the course of the session. It ended with gains of about 3% or thereabouts, but the volumes were very high. And this is because of buzz that there might be a capital infusion by the promoters. You had Shyam Metallics that was up over 7% in trade today because pellet prices have gone higher. You have APL Apollo Tubes, which once again was one of the stocks of the day. The management spoke to BQ Prime, and they are quite bullish about the demand trends going forward. You have CDSL that underperformed in trade today, lost ground because of a bulk deal. BSE sold stake in that counter. And then you had Tata Consumer, which I already mentioned. The context, as I said, is all about the Fed, and that's what we're watching out for ahead of trade tomorrow.